So now we're going to take a look at a calf lock, which these days are used a little bit more. I think it's underused a little bit, but it's very good control. There's some downsides, upsides, but we're going to look at just the pure mechanical of it. So we're looking here. A lot of the times this happens when the person turns early and I'm like reaping and they turn too much to defend themselves. So there's two ways to do this calf lock. One is the near side leg coming through and I go through behind their knee. I cut my hand behind their hip. Okay. And I use my foot, right? Never leave your foot. Don't triangle. Always stomp your foot on each other, okay? Or contract it enough where you don't need to stomp, but it's not in jeopardy of getting hurt, okay? Downside to calf locks is when they move around a lot and you're not locked in good place or you don't have good positioning on their hip, your knee joint gets a lot of the torque, so you want to be mindful of this, okay? So when he's here and I'm locking through, my job is to stay there, hyperextend my hip into his knee at the same time where I have a lever onto his waistline. There's many ways to do this. I can even still pull it off like this, okay? But we want to do high percentage. So we want to go around the waist, okay? I want to get to here. I want to do extension and I want to pull his butt to me and extend his knee away, kind of like I'm doing an arm lock with my groin. So from here, it's nice and tight. You can stomp on your foot or you can contract. I like to contract to be free. So I'm here. I extend and pull it in. So I'm pulling him on top of me. Right now, it's easy here. If we fall to the ground and I'd be here, I would make sure I'd stomp or I'd contract and I'd throw my groin and hip into it and get a finish. Come back. It's very dangerous once it's fully locked in. Let's do, obviously, better. So I'm here. He turned. I keep this angle, my shin is through the inside of behind his knee. I'm cupping his hip. I decide to pull. If I'm upright like this, it doesn't make sense to stomp. I would just contract, meaning pull my knee to my chest, pull the waistline to me, and extend my knee behind his knee forward, thrusting my hip and groin. Okay. If I pull him backwards where he doesn't want to tap and I'm here, I can choose to stomp my foot, reinforce it, and extend myself and pull my hip into it. Of course, this is the near side one, right? Where like my leg closest to me is going. There's also the other variation where I take the far leg, okay, and I swing it through here, okay? This happens a lot in matrix or anything like this. I still am doing the same thing. I'm pulling, or ending up on the other side. I'm still putting my shin behind his knee. I'm still locking my hand. I'm still thrusting my groins of his arm lock. I can contract, but much easier to stomp on your foot, okay? Here is important. Extend and pull. If I pull him on top of me, anytime I pull him on top of me, where my foot can be possibly exposed, I want to stomp in, extend, and pull inside and get my tap. So when I'm here, I lock my hands. I'm pulling him tight to me, hip extension, foot through. If he's forward, anytime he falls forward, I don't need the stomp to stomp. It's good if you have it. If you don't, it's knee to your chest, contraction, and still pulling him in. So I'm pulling him in, 5% of my groin, extension of the leg, and staying tight, contraction either here or stomping. Either one is fine. Okay, so look at this one again. A lot of the times there may be either I reap and he goes to turn early. I have near side, which is easiest to catch here through. I can stomp, or I could just pull my knee through, pulling him to me, hipping in. Sometimes they're being aggressive. They don't want to tap, and they're going forward. You just pull them towards you, and they'll usually tap. Sometimes they go with you, and they fall to their side, try to move, and then you will just stay glued to it, hip forward, and catching it. Okay. Other side would be other leg. Same concept. The mindful thing to be here is that this foot can get caught if you leave it free. So it's very important to pull the knee in or stomp on your foot and make sure the knee's behind the butt. Don't be loose and leave your foot in. Okay, I want to be tight, pulling in. And when I pull, I want to pull him to me. Remember, my hips extending in for all these calf locks. Tight, pull, and get my finish. This is a very well-used technique to time matrix, to time ankle lock defense, heel hook defense. All these work really well with the calf lock, but just be mindful to not forget to leave your feet exposed. You're doing knee to your chest with contraction or stomping foot to foot.